A new rule for law enforcement is drawing concern from some local sheriffs. The DOJ says investigators can no longer use confiscated cash for other cases.
Instead, they have to pull from their own budget. WFMY News 2's Nixon Norman learned why the move has some leaders worried.
That's right, guys. The Department of Justice recently released this new set of guidelines for local law enforcement. Among these changes, restrictions on how they can use money they confiscate from criminals. At least one local sheriff is concerned about its impact on smaller agencies. The Department of Justice recently changed how law enforcement agencies can use money seized during arrests or raids. In the past, agencies could use that money to find more criminals, like during undercover operations, for example.
I have no problem using seized money from the bad guys to go after the bad guys.
Now, that money can only be used for things like training and equipment. Rockingham County Sheriff Sam Page disagrees with the new policy, knowing he'll have to ask county government for tax dollars to fight crime.
I find it very hard to go ask the county commissioners for $10,000 or $20,000 to be able to use that money to purchase drugs with.
At any one time, he says his office can have up to $100,000 in confiscated cash. This change prevents them from using any of it to bust more criminals. Forsyth County Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough Jr. says this change doesn't impact his office as much, but he recognizes the impact on small departments. In a statement, he wrote, quote, "The new ruling will affect small agencies and offices, while larger agencies will not be affected because we have the budgetary means to pay informants and conduct thorough investigations." Again, smaller agencies will not have the ability to do such. The Randolph County Sheriff's Office says historically it only uses a fraction of confiscated cash for these purposes, so it's not concerned about the change. In Alamance County, the Sheriff's Office says it's never used this money to catch criminals, so it's not impacted. Some say they feel a bit blindsided by this decision. Page tells me the most logical reason for this change is that other departments were misusing seized money.